This is a rare bird for me to introduce you to. This is a 1940 1270 four-seater tourer by Molyneux. Now, I have to confess I haven't handled the sale of one of these before, because in fact there were only 13 of these made with this body, and in fact this is the very last one. The 1270 was announced in September 1937, a welcome return for many to the four-cylinder engine with a newly designed 1840cc engine. Being smaller, a lighter car than previously, it offered improved performance and in fact was actually quicker than the subsequent TA14. The car was offered at the time with the option of twin carburettors at an additional £10, which was a popular option, providing even better performance. This car is owned by a former Alvis apprentice, and his father, in fact, who was a garage proprietor and an Alvis enthusiast, bought the car in 1953. He set about an extensive rebuild from chassis upwards, and having previously owned an Alvis and being an experienced engineer, he had an eye to improving performance, and there is considerable correspondence on file with the works as to the best setup for carburettors, weight comparisons with his former car, and quite a bit of other information. He also had an eye for originality, and the car stands as the original build card, which described it as grey, with grey wings, grey leather and a grey hood. So it's pretty well, as you see it, it's pretty well as it left the factory in April 1940. It was in fact the 23rd of April 1940, and it's the last Molyneux-bodied tourer of 13 produced. So not only is it a rare example, but it's also been in the same family of Alvis enthusiasts for around 70 years, prior to which it had 3 previous owners and was originally supplied to dealers Galt's of Glasgow, a few days later passing to its first owner, Mrs. Agnes Henderson Fulton, also of Glasgow. So you have a well-presented car, it runs nicely and represents an excellent opportunity to acquire the last Molyneux-bodied tourer 1270 made. It can be viewed here in Kenilworth by prior appointment. This car, incidentally, is in lovely condition. I mean, it's really very difficult to fault it, and it drives very well. It's one of the later ones, as you can tell by the vertical slats, as the horizontal slats weren't proving to be particularly popular. It's the 1840cc engine, which was similar in output to the previous car, but it was improved. It's a different engine actually, and this one had the twin carbs fitted in early 1950s when it was restored. It produces about 63 brake horsepower in standard form and was good for approaching 80 miles an hour. And again, looking at it, you can see what sort of condition this car is in.